Hey guys, Fisher5 here, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about tips for trading on Wild Horse Islands. This video will probably be pretty short because there are not that many tips I can give. But if you do have some of your own, please feel free to share them in the comment section below. These are my opinion on the best ways to get better horses faster. I know that these tips might not work as well for other people, so just keep that in mind. Now it's time to go ahead and get on to tip number 1. This tip is more of a suggestion, but I tell it to any beginners that I meet because I know that this can be very helpful. What you will want to do first is to try and get any horse that is not an Appaloosa, paint horse, quarter horse, or a Mustang. These horses are not very rare and therefore are not worth a whole lot. The only reason you should get any of these horses is if they are what the game considers a rare coat. The types of horses you should get are Andalusians, Thoroughbreds, Fjords, Clydesdales, Arabians, Percherons, and Friesians. If you do not have any of these horses, that is alright. Andalusians, Thoroughbreds, and Fjords are quite easy to get because they are more common. You will also see Andalusians and Fjords spawning in the wild sometimes. If you are low on money, then I do suggest you try and catch those instead of buying them. Once you have your horses, go to the mainland breeding center. It is located near the second dock on mainland. Once you're here, go inside the breeding center and talk to the person named Francine inside. Then tell her you want a foal, and then choose the parents. And then try to breed a crosscoat. Crosscoats are horses with different coats from other breeds that would not normally have it unless the coat was bred onto the horse. For example, my horse Carlene. I've been riding her throughout this whole video. She is a Clydesdale, but she has a thoroughbred coat. She is a crosscoat. Crosscoats are worth more than horses with their natural coats. Choose your Fjord, Andalusian, or Thoroughbred, or any other horse breed to be the mom or dad. Then I recommend using an Appaloosa, paint horse, or a quarter horse if you are more new to be the other parent. You might not always get the horse you want or need, and it may be a while before you do. Tip number 2. Once you have a crosscoat, go ahead and go onto your island. Once you're there, go ahead and put all of your crosscoats in the pasture and the barn. I forgot to say that event horses are worth more, and if you have any, put them inside of your barn unless you want to keep them. You can of course keep whatever horses you want, but if you do have some you don't care a whole lot about, then I recommend you put them in your barn and pasture. Now it's time for the part where you actually trade. Go to the front of your barn and start typing "trading horses at my island." Once you do this, people should start coming to your island after saying it a few times. Do not spam it. Try and leave a space between the amount of times you say it, or else people will get annoyed and most likely won't come. If nobody comes after a while of you saying it, then you should rejoin and go to a new server and repeat everything. Once somebody comes, they will look through your barn and or pasture to see if they find any horses they like. Do not watch them and follow them around because that makes them feel pressure. If somebody asks to offer for a specific horse, go ahead and grab it for them. then just go ahead and trade. If you got a horse and you are willing to trade it, then go ahead and place it in the stall that the old horse was in. Also, I'm sorry if the audio sounds different. The reason for this is because I switched to a different room. Pretty much just do the same thing over and over again until you're ready to stop. By doing this, you will get rare horses in a short amount of time. If you have enough money, I recommend upgrading your barn and pasture so they can hold more horses. Then people will have more horses to choose from instead of the small amount that you have when you start. By doing this, I've been able to get some pretty good horses. In fact, I've even been able to get one of my dream horses. Because I want to, I'm now going to be saying what each breed is worth, from the least rarest to the most rarest. The first ones are quarter horses. They are very common and are normally the first horses you ever get in the game. The second least rarest horses are paint horses. They are almost as unrare as the quarter horses, however they are just a little bit more rare. Next are the Appaloosas. They are more rare than the quarter horse or the paint horse. People also tend to like their rare coats more, which are the black leopard Appaloosa and the black snowflake Appaloosa. Next are the Mustangs. They aren't worth a whole lot, and you don't normally see people asking for them, but they are worth a little bit more than the Appaloosas. They have 4 rare coats, that being the Palomino Sabino, the Grulla, the Buckskin Tobiano, and the Black Overo. Next are the Andalusians. They are a lot more rare than the Mustang or any of the other horses, but they still aren't worth a whole lot. Once again, people aren't normally asking for them, and they're not even worth a whole lot as events. They are, however, probably one of the most unique looking horses in the game. Next we have the Thoroughbreds. The Thoroughbreds are probably some of the more favorites. Their speed stats, when maxed out, are normally over 90. They are worth a decent amount, but people don't normally like to offer for them. Next are the Fjords. They are probably one of the most liked breeds because they're cute and they're chubby. They are worth around the same amount as a thoroughbred. They're pretty common in the wild, however their crosscoats do tend to be worth more than the thoroughbreds. Next are the Clydesdales. Clydesdales aren't often found in the wild, and most of the time they are bought in stores. They used to be worth quite a bit, especially their rare coats, which are the Dapple Palomino and the Dapple Gray, Dapple Palomino being the rarest. However, their value does seem to have gone down in worth. Their coats do tend to be more valuable when found on other horses. Next are the Arabians. The Arabians are a very popular horse and tend to be worth quite a lot. The Arabians are worth more than Clydesdales, and their stamina does tend to be higher than most other horses. When maxed, they tend to have over 80 stamina. Next are the Percherons. Percherons are the second rarest horses in the whole game. Percherons are worth quite a lot, especially if they are crosscoats. They also have the best strength stats out of all the horses in the game, except for the Clydesdale, which I forgot to mention earlier. When maxed, they have over 90 strength. And now for the rarest horse in Wild Horse Islands. It is not only the rarest horse, but it is also the most favorite horse. That horse is the Frisian. Everybody loves the Frisian. So, even in real life, everybody seems to love Frisians. I am personally not the biggest fan of them in real life or in-game, but to each their own. They do not have an advantage in stats like some of the other horses do. Well, I guess that's all for today's video. I'm not sure exactly why my voice sounded like that in the beginning. I think it was because I just woke up recently. But now I'm a lot more awake. Anyways, if you guys found this video helpful, then please leave a like. And if you're new to the channel or YouTube itself, then subscribe. Anyways, goodbye!